and welcome to the show. My name is Alex and this is TechFlow. We're doing something a little bit different today. This morning I've got my iPhone X on the table. I've never done this before and I've always wanted to do it. We're going to do a what's on my iPhone video so you guys can see what's on my iPhone. Right, so guys, as you can see, it's 10:40 AM, Monday the 9th of April. My phone has just unlocked with my face, so I'm going to swipe up here and we're going to get straight to the home screen. So I may as well start right here. Actually, I'm going to start where most people don't, and I'm going to start in the control center to show you guys what widgets I have going on in here. Now, I have absolutely everything right at the top. This is what I use the most, just toggling Wi-Fi and making sure my Bluetooth is all good, because obviously I wear this Apple Watch all the time, so I like to make sure everything, is all connected. Next to that, the thing I do on my phone, literally second most than just texting people, is listening to music. So right next to that, I have my music controls. Here, obviously, I've got my rotation lock and do not disturb, but my do not disturb comes on manually anyway, so I don't really know why I have that there. And then just the toggles here for the volume and the brightness, and then just the torch and everything else down here for quick access. Now, I'm really not sure why I have my home screen laid out the way I do. I kind of know for some of the rows, but some of the rows are just totally random. The first row is totally random. We've got the settings app in the top corner. I think that's it. I think what I've done here is I've ranked the apps that I use the most from sort of top to bottom, maybe. Settings is probably the app I use the most, other than the Messages app. I don't know why I'm changing settings so much on my phone. I just feel like I'm always in settings doing something. Or anyway, next to that I have my photos and then my camera right in the middle. Obviously using the camera a lot on my phone. I've got like 5,000 pictures on here, so yeah, I'm a big camera user. Next to that we have the Logi Circle app. Let's see what's going on. As you can see, I've got the utility room there, I've got my bedroom at home, and then I've got also the front door at home, and then the office, and all of these cameras can, they can do two-way audio communication. That's Logi Circle. On the second row down, guys, I've got all of my social media. Well, this is kind of a row that's a little bit organised because everything is social media. We've got Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. I only use WhatsApp to speak to people that have Android phones, and then Twitter next to that. That's the social media row. One thing I love about the Twitter app is that you can simply just switch between all of your accounts. I wish apps that have accounts, like for example Snapchat, could do this without like a third-party add-on. I can just switch to the TechFlow account right here, and then I'm straight on to the TechFlow account. And if you don't follow us on TechFlow, it's right there. What the hell are you doing? Below that here, guys, I have my Ring doorbell. Absolutely love the Ring doorbell. As you can see, guys, there's me leaving the house this morning, bright and early to get to the office. Next to that, I have my YouTube Studio, massive app for me, seeing as I'm running all the YouTube channels, and this is where I can go in and edit things like descriptions, because I always forget to put links in there, and when I see all the comments coming in, as to which I can reply to comments in the Studio app as well, people saying, Alex, where's the links in the description? Yeah, I can go ahead and edit everything, and private videos, and publish videos, and that's the YouTube Studio app. I can't really show you it, because you get really told off for showing the YouTube Studio app in videos. You can even get banned. So yeah, I'm not going to show that, but it's a Studio app. Next to that, I've got Dropbox, and as you can see, straight up comes a picture of my cat. I use Dropbox for moving photos to and from my devices. I use Windows and Mac PCs. If I just use Macs, I could just AirDrop, but because I use Windows machines, Dropbox is amazing. I also keep everything organised in here like my entire life. I have TechFlow folders, Twitch folders, I have my work folders, I have my YouTube folders with my music in. It just syncs across all my devices, Macs, PCs, and my phone. Obviously Snapchat, and then I'm a massive network user, so speedtest.net is on the next row, followed by Tidal, Sonos, and Enlight. I've got a row of black apps here. Just thought it looked quite edgy and pretty cool. Been using Tidal a lot more recently. Actually really enjoying the sound quality, more on the PC version when you can get access to the master files of audio tracks. The reason why I'm using the Tidal app a lot recently is because I made a big purchase of some Kef LS50 wireless speakers. So if you want to see a video of those or a review of those here on TechFlow, let us know with a comment and a like rating down below. They're a very, very good set of speakers. Below that row, I have a plethora of my most used sort of utilities. I've got Splashtop. This is what I use for my remote desktop. If I click on this, it will, it literally just displays all of my computers. And I can click on any computer I want and just connect to it and control it remotely. Really cool. Next to that, 1Password, my password management app of choice. I've used 1Password for ages, so what's the point in changing? Find Friends. I'm a massive Find Friends user. It's one of the main reasons why I like iPhones. As you can see, we've got people all the way down the bottom of the UK, and then the main majority of my friendship group and my family are, well, pretty much centered around me, and I am somewhere in the middle, about there. Then I've got Safari, the web browser, self-explanatory. Obviously YouTube. The Unify app helps me control all of my Wi-Fi stuff and all the Ubiquity stuff for my client installs. Next to that, I've got the Play Memories app. I use Sony cameras, Sony Alpha cameras. This camera, and this camera are all Sony Alpha cameras. So this application here, the Play Memories one, this lets me wirelessly transfer photos and also remote control the camera straight from my phone. And then obviously the same goes for the DJI Go app for controlling drones and such. And on my hotbar at the bottom, my most used apps, phone, Google Mail, my Google... Good. And my most used apps at the bottom, we've got the phone app, we've got my... Yeah. And at the bottom, guys, on the hotbar, I've got my phone app. Then I've got my mail app here, Google Mail. I use Google Mail as my main email server. Then I've got my messages app, and then Spotify is my main music client. So as you can see, guys, I like to keep things pretty concise. I've only got 3 little dots at the bottom. We're on the middle dot at the moment, the home screen. If I swipe that way, that's just the control center. And then if I go back the other way, I've just got loads of folders of things that I sort of use and kind of sort of don't use. Let's start. Games folder. Just games. I don't really have time to play games anymore, so... one of my favourite iPhone games, though, is Ski Safari, and I love a bit of classic Fruit Ninja. You can't go wrong with Fruit Ninja. Into the Dead is good. I used to be a massive Clash of Clans fan. Sunk loads of hours into that back in the day. Connection. This is stuff like Messenger and Skype and connecting with people. Follower Plus and Bitmojis and LinkedIn. Boring. Moving on to something a bit more fun, guys, the media folder. We've got things like Shazam, Twitch in here, the music app. I don't use the Apple Music app. Prime Video. I am a Prime subscriber, but never really used Prime Video. Yeah, just media-based things. SoundCloud, I like SoundCloud. Shopping, again, just things like eBay, PayPal, Game, my sub cards and things like that. Amazon, Nando's, that should be somewhere there it is. What else have I got in here? App Store, Uber Eats, Shopify, that's how I do the merchandise and things like that. Get notifications on my phone as soon as people buy merch, which is really, really cool. It tells me people's names and stuff, so it's a really personal way to connect with the audience, as some people would say. Now this is where things get a little bit interesting. I've been adding a lot of things to this folder recently. This is my smart home folder. As you can see, kicking things off, I've got the Amazon Alexa and Google Home app right here. I've got things like my Rogue dash cam and Tile. But if we go across here, I should be able to click on this Smart Life button right here, and then just click that. Should be able to toggle the lights behind the desk and all the other lights in the office. And then this To Your Smart app does a few of the things at home, like the garden lights, the spotty hall light, the console table lamp. I've also got TP-Link Casa, and I've got a couple of plugs from them too. I like to test out smart plugs to see what works and what doesn't, because some are really expensive and some aren't, and I'm still on an ongoing mission to see why people can charge a lot of money for a smart plug when you can buy them really cheap. For example, the Casa plugs are really expensive and the Smart Life plugs are really cheap. We've done a video, guys, on cheap smart tech. If you want to check that out, it's on the channel. Smartening up your home or office with a Google Home or Alexa for on the cheap. This is my travel folder. I've got things like Trainline in here, Uber, Around Me, Pay by Phone to pay for parking. Health, well, this is just all things health. Push-ups, pull-up fitness, push-ups, activity, Boxmate, that's how I book onto my CrossFit courses. Networking, this is another cool folder, just a few of my networking apps in here. This one is really cool. It's called Wi-Fi Sweet Spots, and it actually tests the Wi-Fi speed between you and the access point, not your actual internet connection. So as you can see here, I've got 1,100 meg connection between me and the access point, which is right above me. So I know that that's not the bottleneck if I've got slow speeds. That is literally gigabit speeds over Wi-Fi. Mental. This is my photography folder. I've just got a few things in here, like a keepsafe folder. Don't know why I've got that. Things like Facetune, just because I'm really ugly. I've got the GoPro app here, Insta360 for a 360 camera attachment. I've got for an iPhone. Pro camera app, I don't really ever use it. Apparently it unlocks pro features, but I just end up using the normal camera app. I've got a scanner, you can scan documents with it. That's actually really cool. It's called iScanner. This is if you just scanned in a document, if you wanted to email a document to somebody. Field monitor, again, lets me control these Sony cameras and see what they're seeing. Zion Play lets me control my stabilized gimbal thing. This is all really self-explanatory stuff. And then just the utilities folder, things like my EE, I can see how much data I've got left. on my phone. I've got a few things in here like a remote app so I can control my Sony tellies around the house, and then Mouse Pro. This essentially turns your iPhone screen into a working touchpad for a laptop or computer in case your mouse breaks. It's really cool. And that's it. I don't really do much on my phone other than work and communicate to people. It's my main little email machine and texting and phone calling machine and social media machine, and that is why all of that stuff is mainly on the home screen. And then if I'm really feeling daring, I can swipe over and I've got all of my other apps on here ready to play with, all organised, and I know exactly where anything is. I never really go to find apps like this and go through. I usually just pull down, type in like Casa or something, and then the Casa app will come up. I'll never swipe over, open the folder, because it's just easier to swipe down and type it in. And then guys, I've got a wraparound screen protector on my iPhone X right here. Because the iPhone X, the way you interact with it, it's a lot of gestures, like swiping up to unlock the phone, swiping up to go home. And if you have a glass screen protector on your iPhone X that doesn't bend around the glass of the phone, it's really harsh when you're trying to swipe up. So I've got one that sort of bends round the screen here, so it's nice and smooth when you're swiping up, and I've still got the added protection of having the screen protector. And then I've gone through a few Apple cases, at the moment rocking the red one here. The Apple cases just do fit the best and are really hard wearing and lasting, and I'm a fan of leather. And my wallpaper is just the normal iPhone wallpaper. That's my iPhone X, and that's what's on it. It's my personal device. We'll see you in the next one. Adios.